Kia ora, everybody. I am Heather from Love Literacy, and we are up to video number 5 in our walkthrough series of the Yeet packs. And today we are looking at the pink pack here, the Silent E Yeet pack. So this pack focuses on words that follow the silent E pattern, sometimes called the magic E. Look, some people call it a split digraph as well. And then we also do need to remember that the silent E, the role of silent E is many on the end of the word, and this one is one of the roles of silent E, but it is very commonly known as silent E or magic E. So words in this pack you will see contain the vowels A, E, I, O, and U. Now, in this particular pack, we move from the short vowel sounds A, E, O, and A to the long vowel sounds, where the vowel is essentially saying its name or representing its name, A, E, I, O, U. So, for example, we will see words like this. Now, this word here is bite. Without the E, our word is bit, bit. With the E on the end, the E lets us know that the I is now representing it, its long sound, I, and we would say this as bite. Another example is we have the word plume. If we take away the E, we have the word plum. So we have U representing A. With the E on the end, it is letting the reader know that the U is representing its long sound. In this case, it is representing U as in plume because U represents U and U. We have another word here, Sam, without the E, with the E, same. Uh, with the E, dote, without the E, dot. So this pack here is ideal for Year 0 and Year 1 learners who are ready to move beyond our short vowels. And it's also incredibly valuable for older learners who need recognizing and support recognizing those long vowel patterns. I also tend to use this when I'm doing some assessment for a little bit of as a little bit of a diagnostic tool. It's a really great way of putting some formative assessment in there in a game. So, for example, if students are reading this as dot, slid, and spit, I know that they're not understanding the concept of what the E means at the end of that word. So inside this pack, you'll find a mixture of common and less common vocabulary words as there are across all of my packs. So for example, the word spite is not quite as common as perhaps the word ripe. We also have words like slope, not as common, and snake, which is quite common. And so this again ensures that the learners rely on decoding patterns rather than guessing. And I mean, you can tell straight away when they're guessing if that pops up as Tim rather than time. So as with the other packs, we have an instruction card. We have 7 Yeet cards, which of course I don't have one sitting in front of me. Here we are, 7 Yeet cards, and we have 46 vocabulary cards, each representing in there the different vowel sounds A, E, I, O, U. So when I teach silent E, I am very explicit about what's happening. The silent E is powerful. It doesn't represent a sound, but it reaches back and it changes the vowel sound. And I like to think if I show the sounds here, for example, in the word bit, we have 3 sounds, b, I, t. In the word bite, we also have 3 sounds, b, I, t. But we can't go and spell bit and bite the same because then how does the reader tell those words apart? And that is what the E is for. It tells us that we need to give this its long vowel sound. So we read the word by identifying the vowel pattern first and then blending the full word. So this pack is really powerful because it helps learners see that English spelling is actually structured. There are rules, there are patterns, and once you know them, reading becomes more predictable. So you can extend this pack by comparing the short and long vowel pairs. I find it's actually really great to pair it up with your CBC pack, and then you can really show the difference between the words without the E on the end and the words with the E on the end. There's some really great practice in there. So you can sort the vowel. You can actually create some memory games where the memory matches the ones where the vowel matches, and you can move on to spelling once reading is secure. You can put words into a sentence. I hope you are having a great day. Mum drove me to school. This is the nape of my neck. So if your learner's stuck on short vowels, this pack is often a breakthrough moment, and you'd be surprised at how many learners in an older learning level really enjoy this game and really get a lot out of it with learning. So you can find the Silent E pack linked below, and I'll continue sharing more Yeet Pack walkthroughs in this series. Thanks for being here and happy reading.